Hello, hello, hi, Facebook Trooper. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. You probably still are dealing with food coma as I am. Maybe you're doing the leftovers from last night, um, and maybe you're just kind of all bloated and you just are full. But hopefully, you guys had a great Thanksgiving, enjoyed it with family and loved ones. And I want to talk about, it's we talked about being grateful, being thankful, and not just being grateful and thankful on just one day per year, right? Just kind of extending that throughout the whole year, like being grateful all the time, right? To have things, to be reminded of things that you're grateful for, right? So tonight I want to talk about, and you guys know I'm a huge Stoic fan. So Stoics talk about, when it comes to life and dealing with life, they talk about having two options, right? And it's kind of neat, um, the way this subject kind of fell on my lap for today, the day after Thanksgiving, because it's all about being grateful and thankful and all that. So check this out. So Stoics, when dealing with life, they believe that you have two options, and you can want things to turn out in a certain way, or you could welcome them the way they happen, Epictetus says. Now, he says you could want them to turn out as you want them to, or you could decide that you want them to turn out how they have turned out. For the Stoics, this is the discipline of assent. Okay? Are you going to wish things are a certain way, or are you going to accept them as they are? We've talked about how uh, life just hands over cards to you, right? You got your hand full of cards, and those are the cards that you got to deal with, right? So this doesn't mean that you accept the injustices of the world per se, but it means if it's raining, you're happy it's raining. You're not going to be complaining, right? If you're born short, you're happy that you're born short. If you're born tall, you're happy that you're born tall, right? You accept things as they are. Now, you make the most of them, right? This is what the idea of amor fati is. And I think I've talked about amor fati a couple times in my lives before, but I'll do another one because I love that concept. But in short, it says, be happy that things are the way that they are, that you were given what you have been given, and then get to work using it. That's what Stoicism is really all about, right? You deal with the cards that you've been given. You can sit there and you can wish and pray that my cards were all aces, but it doesn't happen that way. You just got to deal with the cards that you have been given. So you have the option of sitting there and moaning and groaning and complaining and blaming everybody on the planet. Oh man, I was born short, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. I should have. You could sit there and do all that, or you could accept what they are and just deal with them and make the best of them. And when I was going through this, a thought came to me that I hadn't thought about before, and I think it's pretty profound, and that is, listen, some of the shortcomings that we have in our lives, some of the things that we believe that there may be a disadvantage, um, they may exactly be the opposite. They may very well be our blessings, maybe even our gift that we don't even think about. I'll give you an example. So I was doing this, and a thought came to my mind is that, listen, maybe the things that the bad cards, right? The cards that we don't like, the cards that we were given, maybe, maybe, you know what? They're not so bad. Maybe there's a reason why we've been given those cards, and the reason may be you dig deeper, right? You dig deeper and you find the purpose for for being given that card, for being given those circumstances, quote unquote, maybe shortcomings. What's the purpose of that? There's got to be a purpose behind that. So I was doing this. One of the things that came to my mind is my stuttering, right? And you know, some may feel that's a shortcoming. Some may feel that's a blessing. Some may feel that it's ugly. Some may think it's cute. Some may think that, oh man, this guy talking again like that, or whatever, right? But if I consider that, hey, maybe I rather not have that, right? Because I don't want to call it a shortcoming, but maybe I rather not have that. But maybe there's a blessing and there's a purpose in there, and there's a reason why I stutter, and maybe there's a blessing, and I gotta turn that around. Maybe I gotta find that purpose for that, right? And maybe you gotta do the same thing. Maybe there's something that bugs the heck out of you, right? About you, and this is all about you. So maybe you gotta sit there and think, why does this thing bug the heck out of me? Like, for example, if I was 2 inches taller, blah, 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 why does that bother me so much, right? I really believe there's a message in there, especially when I was putting this live together. I really believe there is a message in there. And if you feel there's a shortcoming, there's something that you feel like, oh man, you wish you had more of, maybe that lack is purpose driven, is purposeful, and maybe it's your job and my job to find that. Isn't that deep? And I think that's the reason why we're here, because it can be by accident. You come in and you go and see ya, you know. But I really believe in those areas that we feel like, oh man, I really don't have it in me. I can't really sell. I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't start a business. I'm too big. Like all the I can'ts, I believe there's a purpose in there. There's a reason in there. We gotta just dig deeper. And this opened my eyes a little bit more. And I hope that it did the same for you. So, hopefully, you got some love, inspiration, some value from this live. Maybe share some of your thoughts with me. Let me know what you think. If you're a Stoic fan, throw some thoughts in here. If you're not a Stoic fan, if you have no idea what Stoicism is, throw some thoughts down here, your feedback based on what you heard. You feel me? And maybe you're somebody that you turned that shortcoming into a blessing. Oh man, come on. Don't be holding back now. Don't be shy now. Drop those comments below. gotta hear from you. So I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving and a great Black Friday. Maybe you got some really good deals, and maybe you're waiting for Cyber Monday, whatever it may be. Hopefully you guys had a good time surrounded by loved ones. And like I said, if you feel like you got some value, this was good stuff. A couple other people should probably hear this. Tag him to this. Share this on your wall. Do what you gotta do. I appreciate you guys. And until tomorrow, where we do it all over again. Much love.